Buckle up, ladies.
Give me just one day.
Fluent and chill. Where the takes stay real. Chill town, hoop sports, fluent with the feel. Break down sharp like a highlight reel. Welcome to the show, we stay fluent and chill.
I feel like the people of TikTok miss out
On
not
that intro.
not getting the intro music and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
One day, hello everybody in TikTok world. One day we'll get it all working. That being said,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to talk about a bunch of stuff that's going on and stuff that we need to talk about. However, this first topic we're going to do after my rant is going to be something we said we were going to talk about last week and we didn't get to, which is the draft.
Mm-hmm.
That may draft some of the people that we wanted to talk about. I got a problem, and I don't know how I can express this, because
you got to be careful, Tone. If you say it exactly how it's on your mind, you might offend some people. You might not offend some people.
I've never cared about that. However,
Yes.
let me maybe just pull this up.
Yeah.
Jaden Ivey will receive his full $10 million salary after being waived by the Bulls.
Mm-hmm.
Hello all in TikTok land. So he's going to be paid, which I'm good with.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm good with.
Yep.
What I'm not good with is this. There's people who agree with him and who are defending him and saying, listen, he needs to be able to express his feelings, his beliefs, etc., 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 as 100% I agree he should.
Mm-hmm.
The other side is saying he's had this childhood, this, that, and the other thing that has happened to him in his life, and he's molested as a child, and he's got mental health issues, and he should be thrown out of the league. I'm like, hold on a minute. Let's be honest. He's coming off a bunch of injuries. He's averaging 11 points and 3 assists. So everyone's like, nah, I'm done with him. Let's be honest. If he was averaging 20 and 10, would we look at him differently?
Maybe a little bit more.
Would the team treat him differently? Would they say, hey, we understand that you've got this issue. Thank you for the likes. We understand that you have these issues, but we want to help you. Because let's be honest. If that was
SGA. How about SGA, Tone?
That was SGA. Would they release him?
SGA is not getting cut, Tone. No, he is not. He might even get suspended, but he's not getting cut. That's not happening.
I don't see why. Listen, you don't have to agree with what he's saying. I don't know that. I think a lot of people maybe agree with him. If you are a religious person,
sure,
homosexuality is a thing that you don't agree with. And that's okay. That's okay, because that's your religion. That's what you grew up to. So I'm just like, I hate the fact that we're just going to toss this kid aside because of his belief system, or we're not going to help him. If you're on the other side and you say he's got mental health issues, we're going to toss him aside knowing that he has. Would you do that with anybody else? Like if it was your family? And let's be clear. The NBA says we're a family. We need to take care of each other.
Clearly we're not.
These are our brothers and sisters that we need to do these things with. Well, this doesn't sound like a family to me.
No, it doesn't.
So I just, regardless of what side of the fence you're on, you don't have to agree with someone to help them.
Sure.
And I think we've created this world where if I disagree with you, F you, I hope you die. Right? Like you see people making fun of people getting shot in the neck. We know that guy. Right? Like, no, these are still human beings. We are still one.
Right.
And I don't think anyone remembers that. I always, I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist.
Absolutely.
And so I believe that there's aliens out there and they're watching us, and they're the ones that built the pyramids. They look at us. They don't see you and I as different.
No.
You and I don't see each other as different.
We're just people.
We're the human race.
That's it. We just people.
Yeah, they'll wipe us out just as easy.
I might be a little bit darker than my man, but in the end, we just people. That's it.
Not in August, you're not.
Oh yeah, Tone does. He gets a really good tan. Yes, he does. Tone, my
And it's that bothered me.
I do understand your sentiment because it's a slippery slope, Tone. Because we live in a country where they tell us freedom of speech, but no, you don't. And if I work for somebody, if I'm not the check signer, if I'm not the guy who's calling the shots, I have to consider everything that I do because it could cost me my job. It could cost me my livelihood, especially something as controversial as this. So I'm not thinking that Jaden Ivey is wrong for what he said, because who am I to tell you how to feel about something? Because essentially what I was listening to was I was listening to somebody who felt a certain way about something, and he felt he needed to express that. And I mean, I think we have that all the time where there are plenty of us who feel a certain way about something. We might not say anything about it, but we do feel a certain way. And I think that line comes in. I think that's where the line comes in when there are things at stake, when there are people at stake. You know, when I'm responsible for people, I got to be very careful about what I say, how I say it. That doesn't mean that I got to be quiet about everything. No, that doesn't mean that at all. And I feel like in this particular situation, what we do is we completely leave out people being sane. Like, why does he have to be crazy? Why doesn't he just feel this way? Why does something have to be wrong with him mentally? Why can't he just?
I disagree with you. You're nuts.
Yeah, but because you have an opinion about something and I don't agree with it, I think you crazy and you need to be checked out. Whoa, hey, wait a minute. We don't see things the same. That doesn't mean that I'm crazy. This kid does not. This guy Jaden Ivey, who I vividly remember talking about him and Cade in the backcourt being one of the most promising backcourts in the league. I was super excited about these guys. Sorry. I was super excited about these guys, Tone. Here's the thing, though. When you come out and say something this controversial, where we separate church and state, it's always been a hot button issue. And when you come out and say something like this, and it's on social media where everybody, it's not paraphrased like it was in the newspaper, right? It's not something that a reporter wrote down and put it in his own words. No, we actually saw you say it. So with that being said, immediately people see it and they run with it. Yo, this guy's crazy. This guy's out of his mind. Why did he say this? Well, because he felt that way. I am all for saying how you feel. It's a time and a place for everything, though. And maybe that wasn't the time. Maybe that wasn't the place for it. You might have been able to tell that to some people that you care about. You might have been able to tell that to some people that you don't know, but not everybody like that, because there are things at stake. Tony, this guy's married. He got 3 kids. Like, that matters.
True or false? There's a guy on his team who dating an underage girl.
He did go out with him. Yes, that's true.
True or false? There's multiple people who have beaten their children and their wives in the league today.
That's going on. Yes, sir.
Far worse than what he did. Yes. Far worse than what he did. That is the hypocrisy. That's the reason for the rant. That's the reason for the rant. So let's move on to something positive.
Let's do that.
Well, I don't know if it's positive. Well, it's positive for you.
Me.
It's positive for you. Because your boy.
Who's that?
Mr. Hurley.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Was down by 2. Right? Am I right?
Sir.
Down
72 to 70 with 10 seconds on the clock. 10.3 seconds on the clock.
What is more egregious? The inbounds / turnover by Boozer? Or is it more amazing the logo 3 that Mullins hits?
Oh, it's more egregious than the logo 3, because I've actually seen guys hit buzzer beaters. That was an epic collapse. That was a collapse up
19. There was more to that game, but like, we're only going to talk. Let's be honest, we're going to talk about the last 3 seconds.
Sure. Even though we should be talking about the fact that Dan Hurley, Coach Dan Hurley, had a fantastic game plan. And the game plan was, I'm going to my big fella. I don't think your big guys, I don't think your interior guys can stop my big guy. And I'm going to go to him early and often. And you are going to have to stop him. And it's crazy, Tone, because I heard Jabbar say something not too long ago when Kareem Abdul-Jabbar said, You increase your chances of scoring when
You go to the big.
when you get closer to the basket.
Your husband, yeah.
When you get closer to the basket, you increase.
There's a reason, if I may interject, there's a reason that the NBA for 60 years was inside out. There's a reason they said don't shoot threes. Those are bad shots. Let's get it inside. And then, okay, for the last 10, 15 years, we're like, hold on, three's worth more than two. And someone did some math. Hey, I still disagree, and we can fight that out later. But yeah, there's a reason. Closer to the back.
Now, here's the thing, Tone, and you're going to disagree with me because I am adamant about this. I've always felt like one person or one play can kill a game. Because
I agree with that.
I hear all the time people say, well, this didn't hurt us and this didn't cost us the game. Boozer turning the ball over killed us. Everything that happened. Well, what about them giving up the 19-point lead? Yes, they gave up a 19-point lead. Absolutely. When Coach Hurley took Reed out, Duke ends up going on a run. With Duke going on that run, I felt like they had the momentum, and Connecticut wasn't able to make some shots. They weren't able, and by the time Reed gets back in the game, their second chance opportunities increase. They start to make some shots. They start to hold Duke down. Their rebounding gets better. Duke ends up not getting on some loose balls, not getting the 50-50 balls. Okay, with that being said, Tone, of all of that stuff that's going on, we got 10 seconds left in the game. All we got to do is hold on to the ball. Game's over. That's it. We don't have to do anything else. I turned the basketball over, Tone.
How much time was left? How much time was left when he makes that shot?
It was when he makes that shot, it was 0.3 seconds left.
0.3 seconds. That shot. Do you know what I've said? You know what I've said to my youth basketball team? When you're getting pressured, I said, I would rather, listen, I want you to break the press, but at the worst case scenario, I would rather you take an 8-second violation in the backcourt, turn the ball over, let our defense set up, than for you to throw a bad pass that gets picked off or goes to the other team, and now they're coming back and we're not set. And they can get any shot, anything that they want because we're not ready. And that's exactly what he did. He could have just dribbled that out. What would they do? Foul him? Cool. Then you go all the way down to the other end of the court. You take 2 shots. You better make them both. And you're up 4. And you ice the game because there's only 1 second left.
Yes, game's over. We're done.
It was such a it was maybe one of the, and listen, he's going to have to live with that for the rest of his life. And yes, the whole team blew the 19 points because everyone's going to say that in the comments. At the end of the day, he's going to have to live with that, like Chris Webber is going to have to live with that timeout. Like, you will never, ever.
That killed us.
I know. Killed you.
It killed us. Well, with Chris Webber, well, there's no guarantee that we would have scored. We had an opportunity to score. You took that away. Yeah. Once you did that, once you called that timeout, you took that opportunity away. I say that to say, my man right here, Spanish Joe, in the comment section, Tone, he puts this up when he says, quote, "I'm sorry to be a party pooper, but Hurley should have gotten a tech for headbutting the ref." Spanish Joe, actually, Spanish Joe, why are you stopping there? He should have been tossed for that.
Yeah, he should have been tossed.
He should not just gotten a tech. He should have been tossed for that. But to be honest with you, and because it's my man, I loved it. You know why I loved it, Tone? Oh, I absolutely loved it. Because he went head-to-head with that ref. He went head-to-head with that ref, and he went head-to-head with that ref out of emotion. It wasn't to chest bump him. It was to let him know that just happened. Yes, sir. We just did that. You did just witness that, Tone. Absolutely, you did. So Connecticut's going to the Final Four. And there's this sentiment going around that the referee, he's not refereeing in the Final Four. Well, we don't know if he was going to be refereeing in the Final Four anyway. So what difference does that make? Yeah, what difference does that make?
Hey, listen, you and Flume Jr. are happy. Your UConn Huskies are moving on.
Yes, sir.
I don't know how you. Actually, I know how you did. You end up. Were you always a UConn fan, or is it because Coach?
No,
Hurley?
It's because of Coach Hurley. It's because of Coach Hurley. Yes.
Okay. You want to know why Flume Jr. Became a UConn fan?
I'm thinking about long ball shooters. I bet it got something to do with that.
You know what? No, unlike Steph Curry and the Warriors, as a child, like he's still a child, but as a young child, like 4 years old,
the dude,
we went through. I showed him, kind of introduced him a little bit to every sport, right? He always tells the story. He goes, you showed me a video once of Steph Curry, like I think he was in the stands and he shot it from like in the tunnel and made a 3, like on the opposite side. And he goes, and that's when I became a Steph Curry and a Warriors fan.
Sure.
His favorite type of dog
is a husky.
And he's like, oh, he met a husky and he was petting it and he loved it. And when he saw the UConn Huskies, he said, hey, Huskies.
That's what I'm getting down with.
That's my team. Like, he's 3-4 years old. What else is he going to do, right? Same with the Eagles. He's like, oh, look at the Eagle. Yeah, and that's how he became an Eagles fan. That's why he's all over the place, right? He's Warriors, Eagles, Huskies. People are like, what the hell? I'm like, little kids, that's how they find.
Little do he know he got on the bomb squad. He don't even know it.
But he don't even know. Yeah, he don't even know. He don't even know. The girls can't be beat in like 10 years. Like he's got his. It's almost like I always tell people this story. Back when I was young, and you would play the NFL, like the football pool for the week. You know, you pick all your teams, and back in my day, we used to fill it out on paper and fax it in.
For those of y'all that don't know what a fax machine is, like that was state of the art, by the way.
I'm old.
For me to fax something to you, oh my goodness, that was state of the art. That was getting it to you immediately.
So I took a trip with some of my friends, and we went to Cancun, and I couldn't make my picks that week, and so I called up my mother.
Yeah.
From a landline to her landline because there was
we getting mom involved in. We need mom. We need.
I said, yo, there's a piece of paper sitting on my dresser. Can you go grab it? And it says this and this. She goes, yeah. Okay, this is what I need you to do. I said, I'm not going to waste my time even making the picks. I go, everyone has a game. I go, you just X one team for each game that you think's going to win.
Did you employ mom to make your picks, though? Is that what you did?
And then at the top is a phone number. Fax it through to that phone number. She's like, are you sure? Why don't I just read out the teams and you tell me which one you want? I said, no. We're going to the beach. I'm out. Right? And she goes, okay, fine, no problem. She goes, you don't care? I said, I have to. Some picks are better than nothing, right? Because you never. Doesn't she go 14-14?
She did not get them all right, Tone. She did not.
14-14, and I'm like, and then I'm home, and everyone's like, yo, how'd you do? You did so good. Like, how did you do? I'm like, I have no idea. So I asked her, I go, why did you pick? And like, I don't even remember the games, obviously, but I mean, it was the dumbest logic. It was like, an eagle can fly faster than I think a dolphin could swim. So I went with the Eagles. Yeah. A bear would eat a human, a patriot, right? Which is a human. So a bear, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, it was insane logic like that. Like, oh, I really like this team because it had the color blue on it. Yeah. And I'm like, I've heard of the Buffalo Bills because they're close. I've never heard of the Colts. I don't know who the Colts are. So, and I'm like, and some of them was like, are you crazy? They were like 15-point underdogs.
What?
Yeah, so I was like, no, it was a one in a million, never happened again. Yeah. But man, that week it looked pretty good. So that's how he became a Huskies fan.
There you go.
All right. Last week we didn't talk about an anonymous GM had said AJ Dbansa should be the number 1 pick, Caleb Wilson number 2, Akoff Jr. 3, and I don't see Peterson anywhere on this list. Did this surprise you? Does it make sense to you? Would you pick, if you were a GM, who would you pick?
Well, I do know that Dbansa, I think he's the consensus number 1, and I think he's the best. I think he's the best player in the country, if I'm being honest with you. Considering what Booz has done with Duke, I do think that his game, of all the games, his game and Darren Peterson's game translate the most. And then I think Caleb Wilson is next after that, and then I think Booza and this kid Acuff. And I said this earlier today. I said this earlier in the week, Tony, and I had a conversation. Acuff, there's a lot of deficiencies there. One, defensively, he's deficient, right? So defense, and there are a lot of guys who aren't awesome defensively when they come into the game. But this draft that we have, Tone, we're looking at 84. We're looking at 96, right? We're looking at 2003. That type of draft. This draft here. So if you pick an Acuff at 3, you better get it right. Let me tell you why you better get it right, Tone. You better get it right because we can't have a situation where Acuff is Scoot Henderson and when we're in year 4 and we're still trying to figure out when he's going to take that leap. Meanwhile, we're in year 2 of Darren Peterson making the All-Pro team, and Caleb Wilson has just turned into Paul George, right? Or something to that effect. Because I think Caleb Wilson would be perfect in Washington. I don't think Washington's going to end up with the number 1 pick. I'm hoping that they end up with the number 3 pick so they can end up taking Wilson, because I think he actually fits with them.
Tell me the years you said again.
84, 96, 2003. This is that type of draft, Tone.
So
Yes.
You realize there's going to be then, just like in those years, a Sam Bowie, a 96 is an interesting one, because you could say Marcus Camby at number 2 was too high for what he was. Not a bad player. Sure. Sharif Abdul-Rahim at number 3, injuries, etc., kind of took him out of the mix.
Marbury.
Yeah, but Marbury was still, Marbury, Allen, like there's still Allen Iverson, like there's still some good, like I don't want to knock those guys. Not like those guys were bust.
No, they were good, really good players.
3, obviously you got Darko. Yeah. So you're gonna have one of those. It happens every single draft.
That's what I mean,
Tom. I don't think this draft is as good as people think it is.
Why not?
I don't think there is a generational LeBron, Wemby. I don't think there's that type of guy in this draft.
And
I think it's a really good draft. I think there's really good players.
Sure.
I don't think there's someone that would go to a franchise and change them for the next 15 years.
Well, I think it's interesting, Tone, because like we weren't in 2009. If I press the rewind button and I talk to Tone in 2009 and I say to him in April of 2009, this kid that plays for Davidson, he's going to be the greatest shooter that the NBA has ever seen. From a talent standpoint, he really doesn't look like that, right? Does he look like much to you when you watch him from a talent standpoint?
No, no.
This kid, James Harden, is going to score close to 30,000 points. I mean, he looks like he's a baller, but like filling it up to 30,000, I don't know if I'm going to go that far. I think that there's an immense amount of talent in this draft. I think that there's some guy. I think there's more in the top end of the draft. I think that there are more can't miss guys than there are miss guys. And I say that to say that if I'm picking in the top 10, and if I'm picking Acuff as early as I'm picking them, right? If I'm picking Acuff this early, I got to get it right, Tone. I have to get that right, because one or two things are going to happen.
Can I interrupt and say, then stay the hell away from Peterson?
Well, see, that's the thing. When I think about Peterson, I look at the size, I look at the athleticism. I think he's the next iteration of 2-guard. Anthony Edwards, this kid VJ Edgecombe, Donovan Mitchell. I think Peterson is that guy.
Not his game. Not his game. I think you're going to get Ben Simmons.
I don't really love playing basketball.
I don't care.
I just do it because I
don't love the game. I'm going to miss more than I play. I happen to be good.
I'm really not that interested.
I don't love the game that I'm doing this because I love it. I just happen to be good.
I'm really good at it. And that don't get me wrong, Tone. That does worry me. I'm not going to argue that point. That does worry me.
And what people will say is what you're about to say. But you can't look away from that talent.
I'm willing to take that chance, Tone. I am. And the reason why I'm willing to take that chance is because I see an all-star and maybe even an all-pro
who's
at the 2-guard
top of the draft. Who's at the top of the draft? Give me the top 3, 4, 5 teams that you think will be in the top of the draft.
So I'm going on record saying this. I think the Clippers are going to miss the playoffs, and I think they're going to win the lottery, and Oklahoma City is going to get that pick.
So they can pick him. They can afford to take a chance on him. Okay, who else?
I think Utah is going to be at the top of the draft. I think Washington
can't afford to do it. Washington can't afford to do it.
I think Utah can, Tone. And the reason why I think
Utah can afford to take a guy that's a miss.
The reason
Simmons,
I don't think he's going to be a miss though, Tone.
No.
I know what you're saying. I do know what you're saying.
I don't think Utah can afford it. I don't think Brooklyn can afford it. I don't think Indiana, Washington, those bad teams cannot afford to pick a guy who is going to be you would assume, at least at the beginning, on a bad team and be like, I didn't want to play when it was a good team.
Indiana, maybe, Tone? because Indiana, I think, is a team
Indiana, you get
because I think they're going to be back in the middle of it next year.
Yeah, I'm sure they might be.
I think they're going to be right back in the middle of it next year. The reason why I think Utah works,
OKC would be okay because they got enough where it's like they'll pick him up, and if they don't, they'll just ship him off. No one will care.
Here's the difference, though, with that, Tone. The difference with that is that we think that this isn't what it was when we were younger, Tone, where groups stayed together. Like this Oklahoma City team is not going to be together for as long as people think.
Oh, no. I get 3 years max.
Yeah, these guys are not going to be together for as long as people think.
Can't afford it.
Right, they cannot. So with that being said, I think this Utah team, I think it works off the strength that in terms of him playing, this is the ultimate goal. I think him playing at Kansas, I think this was to get to the NBA. I think that once he gets to the NBA, I think he's their starting two guard on opening night.
That bothers me. Okay, Kansas was just his route to the NBA. Cool.
That's what it was for KD.
Okay, hold on. So I'm just not going to try?
Oh, he was trying.
In Texas?
I mean, KD was awesome in Texas, and this kid, Darren Peterson, was trying at Kansas. Sure, he was, Tone.
No.
First of all, when the game that he came out, I want to say that they played Texas Tech, and he ended up subbing himself out the game. He didn't play. It was an injury. Like, he had cramps. That was going on with him. Like, I don't think that he's one of those players that doesn't want to play. He looks to me like one of those players who loves playing.
Okay.
Yeah, he does.
I hope you're right.
I hope I am too.
I hope the one time I hope. Listen, there are times when I hope that I'm wrong. This is one of the times that I hope that I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Last week, and we're going to get to Wemby in a minute, but last week I praised Wemby for campaigning to be the MVP because I was like, why not? Why not? Tell people why. Absolutely. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. The squeaky mouse gets the cheese, whatever crappy analogy you want to use. SGA, on the other hand, said, nah, I'm good. I'll let my game do the talking. Is this a bad thing?
No, I don't. I don't think it's a bad thing for him. One, he's already won the league MVP, so he doesn't have to campaign for it. Because we already know who he is. Like, this isn't a situation. If SGA, let's say, Tone, this is, okay, we're in year 7 with him, and with us being in year 7, okay, he has never won league MVP, and he's come in second or third 3 straight years. You might get some more, hey, listen, this is what I've been doing. Hey, listen, this guy hasn't done more than me.
From Embiid.
Or not only you got from Embiid, like what you got from from Luka. When you heard Luka say, I don't know what else I have to do. Had SGA not won the league MVP, I think you would have got a little bit more, to your point, elbow grease. Like, he might be.
So you think it's just because he's won it, so now he's like, I'm good?
There's no reason for me to campaign. Y'all know who I am. There is no reason for me to sell you guys on who I am. Y'all seen what I've been doing, leading the league in scoring as many times as I led the league in scoring. I'm the one who held up the trophy. We held up the trophy last year, and we won the NBA championship. I won the league MVP that year. So I don't have to campaign to you guys. It's these guys. In fact, not only do I not have to campaign to you guys, it's those guys, Wemby, Luka. Those guys got a campaign because I'm the champ. I got the league MVP. They got to tell y'all why I'm not, and they are. I don't have to do that. I'm already the league MVP.
Okay, I'm okay with that. But MVP is partially narrative, so I'm just like,
a lot of it is narrative.
A lot of it's narrative.
A lot of it is narrative.
I do. I'm going to quickly say two things. Obviously, we've got a few more topiks. We've got some time left. TikTok on both sides of this. If you have questions, throw them up now because we want to answer some TikTok questions.
Yes, sir.
Before we say goodbye to you. However, Ridge-matic, quickly, I'm not going to post what it says because there's a cuss word, but basically, Fluent, you earn my respect. Okay. F Toronto, bro. I need to know why. The last part. Why? I need to know why. Because I'm okay if you want to say that. I just why. Just want to know why.
What's up with that, Tone? I mean,
I don't know.
I've heard nothing but good things about Toronto. I've heard nothing but good things about Toronto.
Listen, if you're like 22 fam, like if you've heard the slang, you probably don't like it that much. But that's my impersonation. I'm not doing another one.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's there's a lot of good. It's like any big city. There's a lot of good. There's a lot of stuff I wish would change.
There's a part of town that we shouldn't be in, and there's a part of town that's really nice. Yeah, I can get with that.
I was gonna say something else, but now I've changed my mind. I want to go with the
buzzer.
What the hell is the Hall of Fame doing?
Hey, ladies and gentlemen at home, I did this specifically, right? I did this specifically for my man right here, for you people in TikTok, for my man right here, you people in YouTube. So I'm not sure if you know this, but there are some people who got elected into the Hall of Fame today. Yeah, there's some people who got elected into the Hall of Fame today. And my man right here, isn't particularly happy about it, is Amari Stoudemire, a Hall of Famer. Yes, he is.
No.
Is Doc Rivers a Hall of Fame coach?
Actually, he is a Hall of Fame coach.
100% he is a Hall of Fame coach.
He is a Hall of Fame coach. I thought he was getting in as a player. I was going to lose my mind. But as a coach, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I might be off one or two. Hey, Ridge-Matic is mad because you call me Tone. My name. I guess he wants you to call me Fluent. I'm good. Either way. That being said, all-time wins, all-time NBA wins with coaches like Phil Jackson, Greg Popovich, Red Auerbach, Pat Riley, with those types of names, he has the 6th most regular season wins out of any coach in NBA history.
Hey, man, right outside the top 5. Yes, sir. Right behind Steve Kerr, I think it is. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
He also has, do you know where he ranks in playoff wins?
If I had to guess off the top of my head, Tony, he's got to be top 10. He has to be top 10. If as many times as he's been to the playoffs, he might not have won the NBA championship, but as many times as he's been to the playoffs, he's got to be top 10.
Not only is he top 10, he's top 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. The only people that have more playoff wins than Doc Rivers is Phil Jackson, Pat Riley, Greg Popovich.
He's got more wins in the playoffs than Red Auerbach. I love that.
He has way more wins than Red Auerbach.
I love that.
Even mentioned Larry Bird and some other great coaches. So as much as I say this person, that person, the Hall of Fame is getting da-da-da-da-da, when you have a guy who's top 6 or 6th most regular season wins of all time and counting, and top 5 in playoff wins, as much as I think he's a horrible coach, because wins aren't the only thing, that is how you are judged as a coach. Did you win? Now, you could talk about the negatives. He didn't win enough chips. He didn't sure. But at the end of the day, production matters. And as a coach, if you are top 10, let's say, in both of those categories, regular season and playoff wins, you have to be in the Hall of Fame. You have to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yes, you do.
As much as I think he stinks.
Now, with that being said, Tone, with that being said, and I know how you feel about.
Let's talk about Amari Stoudemire.
Let's do that. Let's absolutely do that. My only gripe with Stoudemire is that he never averaged double-digit rebounds. I've always had a problem with that.
You know me. I tell at minimum, you have to be great for 10 years. You have to have 8 to 10, because there are blurry lines on some guys. 8 to 10 years of greatness. Okay. Amari Stoudemire is a 6-time All-Star, which means absolutely nothing to me, but still, only 6-time All-Star. All-NBA 5 times, 1 first-team selection. That doesn't mean he's not great. He averaged what he averaged, 19 and whatever for his career, 19 and 8, whatever it was. Okay? He is a very good player. He had a great run. But even those numbers are inflated in that 7-second offense with Steve Nash.
Oh, we're not doing that, Tone. No,
I am.
No, we're not doing that.
So was he the number 1 on a team? Did he excel as the number 1 on a team for 8 to 10 years? And the answer is no. Was he one of the best in the NBA for 8 to 10 years? The answer is no. And I always say this, for me, and I know that I'm harder than anybody else on how to get in the Hall of Fame.
You are.
For me, this is why we need a professional Hall of Fame. But that being said, for me, you're an NBA player,
That's number one. We got to play in the league. That's number
all-star,
one. Okay.
all-NBA,
All NBA.
superstar.
Well, wait a minute, Tone. Stop
Hall
right
of
there.
Famer.
Why do I have to? Why are
Those
you
are the levels you have to achieve.
okay? So are you holding being an all-star in a higher regard than an all-pro?
No, all-stars one.
So this is okay. So this is where
the bottom.
So the bottom is I'm in the NBA. That's
You're
at
in the
bottom.
NBA. Yeah,
I'm in the bottom.
So we eliminate everyone who's not in the NBA.
That you're all out. Everybody out. So
So
it's the pro basketball Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're in the NBA.
When you
that means
you become an all-star, we
Okay.
eliminate everybody who's never been an all-star.
Okay, so that's out.
Then you go all NBA.
Okay, so if you've never been an all-pro,
So if you've never
can't
been
have
an
a
all-pro, you should not be in the Hall of Fame. We
we
should
can't have a conversation about it. That's why Lenny Wilkins. I always had a problem with Lenny Wilkins.
exactly. Now all NBA. So from those all NBA players, how do we separate the best from the best? And that's when it's like, okay, how many years were you a superstar? And by superstar, it's number one on your team, leading your team, into deep playoff runs.
Yep.
And then if you've done that that's where that my 8 to 10 years.
Yep.
That's when you become a Hall of Famer.
Now here's the thing, Tone.
For me,
he showed up. I want to say in 02. I want to say something like that. I think he showed up in 02, something like that. You can fact check me on that if I'm wrong. I think he had 10 years where he was awesome, and in 5 of those 10 years, he was an All Pro. And when you say he only made first team All Pro one time, but the other 5 times,
the other 4 times he was.
Okay, which means, Tony, that at minimum we were having a conversation for half a decade that I was a top 10 player. That was going on. For half a decade, I'm a top 10 player. Great transition player.
No, okay, fine. All right, first, second team, you're saying top 10 player. Okay, fine.
We're at minimum having a conversation. I might not be solidified as a top 10 player, but we're at least having a conversation.
He only finished top 10 in MVP voting 3 times.
Okay, so finished top 10 in MVP voting 3 times.
Maybe four.
Right. Finished top 10 in league MVP voting 4 times. Made the All-Pro team, second team 4 times, but made the All-Pro team 5 times. So there was a time when there was a conversation that I could be a top 5 player in the league. Top 10, no question about that. That was going on for 5 of the 10 years that I was awesome. Because I'm not saying that I don't count those last like 2 years, 2-3 years. Great transition player, legit 4-man, the next iteration of the 4-man, great pick and dive guy, not a great rebounder. I would have liked to see him be a better rebounder because of the athlete that he was. I think that the Phoenix Suns, I'm on record saying this to you guys, I think that the Phoenix Suns, if he doesn't come off the bench during that Robert Horry thing in 2007, they beat San Antonio. San Antonio's out.
Right. He also made a boneheaded play. Yeah.
Yes, he did. He made a boneheaded play. I think they beat San Antonio, and I think they smoked Cleveland, Tone. I'm not saying that they beat Cleveland. They smoked Cleveland. Absolutely smoked them. I say all of that. I say all of that to say that him as a power forward, when I think about the 4-men of that era, him, Gasol, Duncan, Dirk Nowitzki, Sheed Wallace. But I think she was on the she showed up in 95, so he was during that time. I think he was better than Rasheed Wallace. I do. Him and Gasol, we can have a conversation. I don't think he was better than Gasol. I think Gasol was better than him. I don't think he was better than Duncan. I don't think he was better than Nowitzki. But we can have a conversation about the rest of those guys. So, what are you famous for, Tone? I'm a bucket getter. I'm a high flyer. My team was in the playoffs. He wasn't on that team that went to the West Finals in 06. That was Steve Nash. He ended up getting hurt earlier in the year. But the year before that, in 05, and then the year after that in 07, when they went deep into the playoffs, he was on those crews. Pretty awesome. I do think that I don't hate it, but I don't know about first ballot. When I got to see Dominique Wilkins, be a second ballot Hall of Famer. No. I don't hate him being a Hall of Famer. I just first ballot is a bit much for me.
It's not enough.
Yeah.
Right. Like he comes into the league. Okay. He's rookie of the year. The next year he has a nice season, but like nothing, no all NBA, nothing. Mm-hmm. Year 3, he finishes top 10. Like I'm not even going to mention all-star because I don't care about all-stars, but year 3,
Even when it mattered during that time, Tone, because it mattered during that time. It might not matter today to you, but back then, making an All-Star team and playing in the All-Star game mattered.
It doesn't matter to me.
Did it ever matter to you, Tone?
In terms of your legacy, no, I don't care. So he finishes. He's All NBA second team, top 10 in MVP voting. The next year, hurt. Only plays 3 games. That's the year that I believe Nash wins his first MVP.
His second, actually. In 06.
Is that the second one? Okay.
Yeah, that was in 06. Mm-hmm.
So he's on a team with a guy with a 2-time MVP. No, because didn't he win 06, 07? Didn't Nash win that year?
Dirk won it in 07.
Am I?
Yeah, Dirk. Nash won it in 05 and 06. He beat out Shaq in 05.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Nash was second. Oh, right. Nash was second that year. You're right.
Correct.
So you're on a team. So are you even the best player on your team?
Interesting.
So we're giving him accolades, but you're not even the best player on your team. How can I talk to you about being the best player in the league?
Right.
And then so he does that. Okay. And then it's like he goes 3 more years with a year off because again he's hurt and he only plays 53 games. He's All NBA again a couple times, and then plays another 7 years where he does nothing. So it was a good short run. I'm not saying he's again. Everyone's going to argue. What do you mean? He was great. Yeah, when he was healthy, when he was good, when he was on a good team, he was great.
Yeah.
But it's too short-lived. He didn't do it enough. And with the exception of 10-11, he was on a very good Phoenix Suns team with a guy who was better than he was.
Tone, that's a straw man's argument, the better part, because, guys who play on teams with other guys who they're better than don't make the Hall of Fame. Yes, they do, Tone.
No, they do.
Yes,
but
they do.
You have to be great for a longer time.
Okay, that part I can get.
On his own, he was great 1 year.
Yeah, it was in New York, right? But with that being said, I mean, can't we say? Can't we
say, he got injured. He did this. He did. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but that's part of the game. You get injured, and it takes away from your legacy.
So is Scottie Pippen a Hall of Fame at all? Because he was awesome that one season.
Scottie Pippen is kind of almost one of the exceptions to the rule because Scottie Pippen from 91 on was great.
Yep.
From 91 on, he was All Defensive Team 8 times.
Yeah.
He was All NBA 6 times.
Yeah.
He was in the MVP conversation the 1 year where he was the number 1 guy. So he
New York.
able to have a long 8-year stretch of greatness back to back. Even playing with arguably the greatest player of all time, he was still able to show people, look how great I am too. And it would now, if he had only done that for 4 years, I would have said no, he's probably not a Hall of Famer.
Right.
But because he did it for that, the bare minimum 8 years, and right? Or maybe it's 6. Maybe it's 6 years for the secondary guy.
I do know how you feel about that.
But we're also talking about Scottie Pippen, who did it as the number 2 for a guy that would anyone argue is a top 2 player all time? Would anyone really argue if I say Jordan is a top 2 player all time? So Pippen did it behind what's considered a top 2 player all time.
Yep.
Amari did it behind Steve Nash,
who was one of the best offensive.
Who is not a top 20 player all time.
No, he's not. You can make it. I can make an argument for him.
It does matter. It matters who. It does matter when you're the second guy. It matters who you're second to, right? Like Jamal Murray is second to Jokic, right? He's only a 1-time All-Star, but like Jokic is going to go down as a top 10 player all time.
He could. That you know what?
Right?
I can
It's going to be a different. Now he hasn't. Now, so let me put it this way: if Jamal Murray had put up 6 or 8 years of All NBA, you're gonna have a hard time keeping him up because you're like, well, yeah, he was second fiddle, but he was second to Jokic. So who you were second to, I think, matters as well. And look, and I'm again to your point, the first ballot thing matters to me. Maybe that's what it is.
Me too, Tone. Yes, it 100% matters to me. Yes, it does. Like, see stuff like this, Tone. It just bothers me. Like when we get into the chat, like this dude Luca Clear says, Chill's exact words on PC is, "This SGA man, he might be a better bucket getter and leader than MJ." I never said that. I never said that.
SGA is better than Kobe.
That was Penn who said that. That was Penn. That was Penn who said that. I did not say that.
Okay.
That
Well,
is
we all know
that is
Penn,
a fucking lie.
is a glazer for
Yes, that is Penn who said. I did not say
Canadian.
that.
So yes.
No, I didn't. I did not say that. I think Jordan is the best scorer in NBA history. Like this dude says
as a fellow dual citizen,
liar, man. I hate you dudes. I don't dislike you dudes. I fucking
they should take away his U.S. citizenship just for that. That's crazy. So we're talking. So I agree with you. Doc Rivers should be in the Hall of Fame. I'm against that. Amari should be.
This is what I'm talking about. Yes.
Joe Mazzulla has racked up 4 50-win seasons in just 4 years. Meanwhile, Eric Spoelstra hasn't done it 4 times in 18 years. Is Joe the best coach in the NBA?
Tone, I think that we need to have a conversation about Joe Mazzulla. Now, my logic, when we talking about being an all-time great coach, I feel like it's the same logic when being a player. Like I need to see it for a decade. I feel like Joe Mazzulla, as of right now, just showed up these 4 years. He hasn't had the Eric Spoelstra run yet. What I mean when I say the Eric Spoelstra run, he hasn't had the space where, Eric Spoelstra lost Shaq in a trade and he ends up losing Dwayne Wade and he doesn't have anybody else. Like he doesn't have Jaylen Brown over there, right? So I feel like in this particular situation, when we're talking about Mazzulla being a manager of people, an X and O guy, his ability to adjust in game, not only his ability to adjust in game, to get his guys to buy into his system and continuously do it. I think it's a real conversation in terms of his offense. It's way more innovative. I got a big guy. I mean, I got my point forward in Jason Tatum, or a 6'8", 6'9" guy who's a really good distributor. I'm putting him in the high. I'm not just putting him in the high post. I'm putting him at the nail. I'm operating off of him. Spo is trying to do that with Bam, but I think Mazzulla would use Bam a little bit differently, and I think he would be more productive with Bam. I think it's a conversation, Tone.
Who gets more credit? Who gets more credit or blame? Pat Riley or Brad Stevens? Or / Danny Ainge? Because here's the thing. This is why I struggle, why I say I think Doc Rivers isn't a great coach, but he's got to be in the Hall of Fame because of where he ranks in terms of wins, because that's how you get judged. Sure. However, if you flip Mazzulla and put him in Miami and you put Spoelstra in Boston, do you think Boston wins any less games?
I don't think Boston may win, because I've seen Spo do a lot with less. But
I saw Spo get a bunch of undrafted dudes into the NBA final.
Took him to the NBA championship. Yes, he did. But he also has some.
Is that Riley's fault that he has the fake Heat culture and he brings in all these guys instead of bringing in actual NBA players?
I think he did a good job. No, that's not Riley's fault. But with that being said, though,
it is his fault. He's the GM.
No, but the guys that
the GM's fault.
It's not his fault, Tone.
Of the GM.
Yes, and he had some really good play. Like these undrafted guys, they turned these guys into players. Max Strus.
That's the coach's job.
Yes, it is, Max.
Well, the coach did a great job with the bad players that were brought in.
But if that's the case, though, Tone, how many GMs have we seen? How many GMs have we seen bring in really good players? Just because you got good players does not mean that that's going to translate into a good team. When I talk about like great players, well, and we've seen good coaches.
Here's the thing: the GM's job is to get you the best ingredients.
Sure.
Your job is to make the most delicious dish. 100%. Either one of them can screw it up.
That part I'm not going to argue, Tone. I'm not going to argue that point. Sure.
Sorry, we're short on time, but I'm going to ask the question again. If Spo was in Boston and Mazzulla was in Miami, would we be having this conversation?
I don't think that they win any less games, but I do think that Mazzulla would win in Miami. I do.
Okay. Yep. Well, then there you go.
Yes, sir.
Let's stay quickly on the same topic. I believe it's this one. I hope I'm correct. The Dallas Mavericks.
Oh, boy.
Are reportedly looking at Sam Presti and Brad Stevens to run a team. Shocking. The two best GMs who just won the championship back to back. Oh yeah, we're considering them. Duh. I'm told that Patrick Dumont, the team's governor, is aiming high. Blah 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 blah. Is this even news?
No, it isn't. It's not news, and I don't think Sam Presti or Brad Stevens are entertaining this unless they make him not only want to challenge Tone.
Oh, like basketball of operations, president of this.
They make him an offer where he can't refuse. Where they basically say that you only answer to the owner. That's it. Yeah. You only answer to the owner, and we're gonna write a check.
There's a blank check.
Yeah, we're gonna write a check where you can't say no to this. That's the only way I think that this could possibly happen. Otherwise,
the Mavericks should hire the most eligible GM that has a plan to win an NBA championship that will be cost effective. He won't cost you hundreds of $1 millions, maybe like 10. Me. Because they ain't getting Presti and they ain't getting Stevens. It ain't happening. No way, no chance, no how. You're nuts. So Dallas, give me a ring. I'll steal all their ideas. We good. The MVP ladder.
Yep.
Looks like this. Edwards, Mitchell, Leonard, Johnson, Jalen Johnson. Good for you. Cade Cunningham. Number 5, Jaylen Brown.
Yep.
Number 4, Luka Dawn.
Interesting.
Number 3, I feel like there should be a drum roll. Nikola Jokic. Number 2, SGA. And the number 1, I think I have it. Hold on. I think I got you. Oh, no, I don't. Okay, keep going. You got it. Number 1, Victor Wembanyama.
Shout out to campaigning, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to campaigning.
Which I've been telling you for how long?
Yes, you have been telling me for at least this season. At minimum.
Victor Wembanyama, mark it down. Tuesday, March 31st, 8:57 p.m. on your calendars. I'm calling Victor Wembanyama MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, and Finals MVP today. I've been calling it for weeks, but officially calling it today. The newest era, the future GOAT of the NBA is alive and well. And let me tell you this. When Wemby came into the league, you said, this is what I think the NBA is going to look like, all these 7 foot. No.
This is only going to be one of them?
There's only going to be one of them that can do everything this guy does on both ends of the court. We've seen the Thon makers and the bowls and all these other frauds. No, this one does it all. He can shoot, he can ball handle, he can pass, he can defend. This is an exception to the rule. Here is your GOAT. Here is your MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Finals MVP this season. One of many.
Shout out to campaigning. Tone, you know, I grew up around guys campaigning and talking about, yo, this is why I should be the Defensive Player of the Year. I should be the league MVP. I don't have a problem with it off the strength of you already or you not being that yet. I look at a guy like Wemby. Wemby doesn't think he's the league MVP, Tone. He thinks he's the best player in the league. Let's be clear about that right now. Wemby doesn't think that I'm the league MVP. He thinks he's better than Shea. He thinks he's better than Joker. He thinks he's better than Luka. I'm definitely better than Jaylen Brown. I'm better than all of you dudes. And the league MVP, that's just extra. I think I'm better than all of you dudes anyway. So I feel like I feel like get this dude fanboy out of here. You got to go. You a goofy.
No.
You got to go.
Why?
Because what I can't handle is I can't
handle him to Ralph Sampson. I did.
But I'm the one who compared him to Ralph Sampson. If you remember it, I'm the one who said.
I agreed with you. Yeah,
I'm the one who said that he is Ralph Sampson with a better handle in a jump shot. That's what he reminded me of. But that's not the point. The point here is Tone, is Victor Wembanyama from time to time, Tone. Like, I'm not saying that people forget. You and me go back and forth with this voter fatigue thing all the time. We do. We go back and forth with this. You think that it's voter fatigue. Sometimes people see you doing things and they divert their attention over here. That's what happens. And then you gotta, hey, yo, over here. Yo, this is what's going on over here. I'm not saying that you can't look over here, but yo, over here, just so you know, this is going on over here. And I don't want you to forget about this. And that's kind of what Wemby is doing. I'm not saying that you can't pay attention to SGA. I'm not saying that you can't pay attention to Joker or Luka. But right here, this is where it is. This is who you should be dealing with. And here's why you should be dealing. I said this already, Tone, that when he was asked that question, that wasn't off the top of his head. No.
It's a prepared statement. Listen, as you remember, I was a mediator. Do you remember my guy in Texas was running for Ward 3, whatever, and I was the mediator for all his debates and stuff? Yeah, I get it. That's what you have, canned answers for certain questions that you get asked all the time. And good for him. Because you know what? He is the best player in the league. If you were to start a franchise right now and you have to pick a player, you're all picking Wemby 1. Every single one of you.
If you say you're not, you're lying.
You're lying, yeah. You're either picking him 1 or you're lying. And he's gotten better. And he's gotten better as the season has progressed, as the years have progressed. Whatever he did in wherever he was in Tibet with those monks has been working. That dude is he did exactly what his body needed to get flexible, to get more agile, whatever the hell he did, it worked.
Yes, it did.
And this listen, you know me. I am the last person. I don't even put active players on an all-time list.
I had to nudge him, guys, to put
even to put LeBron in the conversation. Yeah, because he's active.
I had to convince him to put James on the list.
For the record, in 93, I remember I found my piece of paper in a notebook at my parents' house. In 93, while Jordan was still playing, he was not on my list of the greatest players of all time. I have the list somewhere. I can show it if you want after. At the end of the day, though, I never. LeBron was the only. So for me to tell you, I'm in real time. Now, granted, I hated Michael when he was playing, so I never would have said this about Jordan when he was playing.
Sure.
I don't feel that way about Wemby. I'm watching in real time a guy who no one else I've ever seen, and I've been watching basketball for over 40 years, can do what he's doing.
Mm-hmm. It just doesn't look it doesn't look the same. Like I had this conversation with Mars, and I said, Mars, if you told me in 1987, like, see that dude, Ralph Sampson, that's in 40 years, that's what the NBA is going to look like. And I want you to imagine Ralph with a better handle pulling up from 3 in transition. 40 years from now, that's what the NBA is going to look like. I'm like, get the hell out of here. Hell no. You kidding me? No way this happening.
2 years ago, I told you, no, he'll probably be injured like Ralph Sampson ended up getting. I get the feeling, the more and more I watch him, that he's different.
He is different, Tom.
There's a motivation, there's an anger, a cockiness, a competitiveness that is rare.
Yep.
And that is, I think, that drive. People always say, why do you talk about intangibles? Because they matter. Because I can show you a list of 100 guys who were more skilled, more talented, more athletic that amounted to nothing because of those things that you can't measure, that you can't.
I saw it, Tone, when
tangible.
I actually saw it when with Chet. I saw it when he went up against Chet. Like, I could see him seething. Like, I can't believe y'all got this dude out here with me. Like, this dude,
he was insulted.
Like, what are you? Why is he out here with me? Of all the guys that you can put out here, there's no way he should be out here. Get the hell out of here.
It's like putting a white guy to guard Bird.
Yes, that's exactly what it was like, Tone. Yes, it's like, what? This dude, this is the guy that you went and got for me? Man, you must be crazy. Hell no.
Are we? Yeah, we're at that time. So TikTok, we out.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all over the world, y'all know what time it is. Every Tuesday night, me and my man Tony Tone, we are right here on TikTok. We see you guys every Tuesday night on the Sports Fluent and Chilltown Hoops Network. You can come check us out here. We will see you guys soon. Until then, put on a suit, drink water, don't drink and drive. Hey, man, call your mother. When last time you talk to your mother? Call your mother. We will see you guys soon. But until then, take it light, but take it. Absolutely, man. It was good. It was dope to see you guys tonight. This was super dope. I enjoyed that.
Peace. So back to the YouTubies.
Yep.
The real Tone from Buffalo. Oh, you dropped out.
Oh, he dropped out. What happened to him? What happened to him? Get him back.
I don't know.
Oh,
Okay, we'll wait for it. We'll wait to him to come back. I'll throw the link back in. While we wait for him, I will bring up our final topic, and I'll throw the link back in there in case you missed it. I was about to bring you up there. The lights on in Buffalo. I've already said I know where LeBron's going, but the Nuggets are one of 6 teams that insiders think could emerge this summer as an option for LeBron.
Tone, do you remember in 2010 when he became a free agent? Like it was Phoenix and the Knicks and Cleveland and the Clippers and all of these teams, and it just boiled down. It was really 2 teams. I didn't even know Miami was in consideration. I thought it was either stay in Cleveland or he was going to New York.
Oh, you thought New? Oh, okay.
I didn't even know Miami was a thing. I did not.
Can I tell you something? And this is no LeBron fake story about how he knew Kobe was going to score 81. I said to anyone who will remember, and they'll tell you because we still laugh about it to this day. No, the show's not over. No, the show's not over.
We still here.
Yeah, just come back on. We were saying goodbye to TikTok. We might want to change what we do there because maybe that's confusing for some people. I might mute you out and take you off the YouTube feed and just talk while you do your goodbyes on TikTok.
Yes.
But that being said, I said, because you know me, I always want to be right. So everyone said, "Where do you think LeBron's going?" And I said, "Chicago or Miami."
I knew he wasn't going to Chicago.
And they said, "What?" He was super close to going to Chicago. They were this close. No, they were. Ask Dwayne Wade; he'll tell you they were this close. And everyone's like, "Why? Why?" And I wouldn't tell them why, but I'll tell you why. Because you remember that interview in November. At the beginning of the season, he said, "This will be my last year wearing number 23 because I think it's disrespectful to Michael Jordan, and I'm going to change to the number 6 because that number should belong to Jordan. They can't give him the logo, so I'm gonna give him 23."
Sure.
Like, yeah, that's because your sights are set on going to Chicago or Miami where the number 23 is retired. It just made complete sense to me that that's where he was going. And so when I heard the stories about, he's this close to going to Chicago and then he ends up in Miami, I'm like, see? And so I'll throw that back in all my friends' face and be like, I told you.
I think it's either he stays in Los Angeles, Tone, or he goes back home.
I think he goes to Cleveland. All right, so Ridge Matic, the real Tone.
What up?
All we see is the ceiling, but what up?
What up?
Hey man, y'all can hear me?
Yeah, you hot. What up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, my bad, man. I'm in the store trying to check out right now. What's up, fellas?
What up?
How y'all feeling tonight, man?
Running good, Joe. Running good.
If you ask him nightly, he'll give you his credit card number. He'll pay for whatever you're buying.
Thanks, sir. I'm sorry, man. Hey, Chill, why don't you go ahead and run the numbers for me, man? Let me hold that. I mean,
hey, man.
I know you tied in, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey. You sitting on the bag. You live in Miami, man. Like, it must be nice. It must be nice, Chill Town.
I don't live in Miami, but
me and the other Tone, we're up here. It's cold. Toronto, Buffalo, it's freezing.
That sounds like a you problem. That ain't a me.
Oh
problem.
No, I'm in Atlanta. I don't know. Oh man, I can't do that New York stuff no more, man. I'm retired. I'm retired, man. Hey, Chill. I just turned 50 last month, man. I retired, man. I can't do the cold no more. I can't do it.
I don't know why they don't get it.
Hey, man, listen, man. Let me ask y'all this real quick. Tone, as much as it pains me to call you Tone, because I'm Tone, but respect to you. Like, so how do you really feel about the Lakers, man? Do you think we have a chance if LeBron settles into his role and if DeAndre Ayton can turn into like a D and rebound big man, and if Rui Hachimura could, how do you feel about the Lakers, man?
I'll let you go first because you know how I feel about my Lakers. I think if LeBron stays in that third,
I'm serious. I don't.
I'm a Laker fan. I'm a Laker fan.
I'll tell you this.
I'm just saying if LeBron stays,
so am I.
Oh, yeah. So if he stays in that third option, doesn't try to do too much offensively, lets Reeves and Luka do their thing, they are a team that can go all the way to the NBA Finals. The fear is he keeps telling me that LeBron won't do it in the playoffs. He'll try to take over, and that's going to screw them up.
He actually looks good in that third.
I agree with you, Chill.
In the NBA,
I agree with you, Chill. I don't think LeBron has the humility to allow Luka to carry him. He's not going to do it. He's not. The example of that would be him having his agent go on and put on a show with Max Kellerman, which is the most ridiculous shit ever. I don't know how the NBA is allowing that to happen, but you got your agent out there pushing all this propaganda about Austin Reeves, and then you come back and find out that actually I need to be the third fiddle in order for this team to succeed, which is something that he should have seen in the first place. So I agree with Chill. I'm worried about that too. I don't think that he would allow Luka. I don't think he would allow Luka to go off and average 40 points a game in the playoffs. He's not going to do it. He's going to start holding the ball. He's going to do it.
He's just so used to.
I think he will. I think he would until the finals.
Yeah,
that's the problem because if Luka wins Finals MVP, his legacy GOAT debate's done.
Is it?
Yes, just like they do with
Kareem.
It's not.
No, it's not.
It's done. Done.
I don't think it is. No.
Kareem didn't have any. Kareem had no.
Every Jordan fan will tell you.
Chill. Fluid. I think you were there too. No, wait a minute. Fluid. I think you were there too in the 80s when the Lakers were making their run. Fluid.
Of course.
Did you ever hear a peep out of Kareem about whose team it was? Whether Magic was the man? Did Kareem ever say anything when Magic was winning MVPs? He said nothing. No. He took the rings.
Publicly, no. Publicly, no.
It got that sky hook out there.
Hold on.
He just kept dropping the sky hook.
Publicly, no. But we had the guy on who wrote the book Showtime, and he told us privately, and he interviewed everybody privately. He was talking about retirement. He was talking about being traded. He did not want to be the second fiddle to Magic. So there was a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes that we didn't know about.
Yeah.
So privately he was.
Does that matter?
Out in public.
How much does that matter? How much does that matter?
I think to a LeBron fan, 0. To a Jordan fan, it'll be huge if he wins a chip, his 5th chip, and he's not the Finals MVP. He got carried.
That's what the logic is going to be, that he got carried.
That's what the logic's going to be.
Which won't be true, by the way.
But that's the same thing. That's the same thing that happened to Kareem. That's the same thing that happened to Kareem. Kareem won 5 fucking rings with Magic. He had one ring. Clear. I mean, I love. Yeah, I mean, come on, man.
In 88, James Worthy was better than Kareem. Let's cut the nonsense. In 88, James Worthy was better than Kareem.
Come on, man. Kareem was 40 years old. Yeah, just like Austin Reeves is better than LeBron now because he's 42.
Tone, there are guys that will say, they've told me this, and I've brought the story to him. There are guys that will tell you LeBron had those horrible games up 2-1. He scores 8 points against Dallas because he knew if they won, Dwayne Wade was going to be the Finals MVP.
That was 15 years ago, though, Tone.
They're still talking about it today.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing. Fluid.
Here's the thing, real quick, Rich. The thing I'm thinking about is James is actually looking really good in that third role. And he's shown that he could play off the ball because he did it with Kyrie Irving.
He looks great.
Yeah, he looks fantastic as the third.
They can win. They can win.
The thing I'm thinking about, and if I'm being honest with you about your group, if they could get with Cruz, that we could keep the game slow and keep it in half court, I actually like your chances. When y'all run up on them teams like San Antonio and Oklahoma City that's doing this and speeding up the game, you don't have the athletes to endure that. You just don't.
We're in trouble. We're in trouble. Yeah.
That's the problem.
Well, I think that real quickly, and I'll let you guys go ahead and continue, and we'll get back to it. Chill. I need you to tell Ron. I need to talk to Ron. But listen, man. Chill.
Yes, sir.
Chill.
Yes, sir.
If the Lakers and the Boston Celtics meet in the finals, who are you picking?
I'm not picking against James. I'm not.
Yeah. You know. If the Lakers make it through the West, ain't nobody out the East beating the Lakers. Are you kidding me?
Against James.
Are you kidding me?
I don't care who they play.
Listen,
I don't care who they play in the East. I'm not picking against James. I'm not.
If LeBron locks in to this role and everybody else on the team locks into their role, and they just let Luka shoot 40 times a game, I think we can win. I think we can win. I do.
Hey, man.
LeBron
Grizz,
James. I mean, you know.
Good to talk to you, my dude. I appreciate
Hey,
it.
love you, fellas,
Absolutely, my
man.
Absolutely.
Love you, fellas.
No doubt.
Check
Yes,
you next
sir.
time.
Yes, sir.
I forgot I had that.
I didn't know you had that neither, Tone. That's news.
What? Clutch, you don't remember? Clutch sent it to me. Like when they first came out.
Well, shit. If that's the case, then how come I don't have one? Because apparently I'm on the Clutch payroll.
You don't glaze LeBron enough.
Yeah, apparently I'm on the Clutch payroll. That's what they said.
Yeah, that's why they're already paying you. That's how they thought they'd pay me off with a doll for my kid.
What the hell, Tone?
Yeah, you know how it is. But
Yo,
that's it. Hey,
yes.
Hey, I got to tell you, I know this is something we should talk about off air, but I always talk about Fluent Jr. and his basketball. We beat it. We Sunday 40. We won by 40, and then the second game by 52.
Oh my goodness. We break up the tones. Break up the tones. There's too much going on. Nah.
But more importantly, little Miss Fluent, for her solo, she's a dancer. First overall. And they awarded her with a 2-day scholarship to go to the Toronto School of Ballet for 2 days for free to go work on some stuff.
Ladies and gentlemen, all over the world, just so you know, they pay for you to go to school if you can dance.
Yeah.
Do not let dancing fool you. Absolutely.
Be a proud girl dad, and if you're out in the stands like I am, be screaming like you were at a basketball, football, baseball game.
My niece is going to college for free because she can dance.
I'm out there like, yup.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
Good.
My niece is going to college because she can dance. She gets busy. So, yeah, I'm feeling that. Yes, sir. It is that time, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all know what time it is when y'all see us. It is the Fluent and Chill Show. That's my man Fluent, a.k.a. That's my man Tony Tone, a.k.a. Fluent. I'm Chill. Y'all know what time it is when y'all see us. It's every Tuesday night. We do this right here on the Sports Fluent and Chilltown Hoops Network. We will see you guys soon. Until then, put on a suit, drink water, don't drink and drive. Hey, man, call your mother. When is the last time you talked to your mother? Call your mother. See you guys soon. But until then, take it light. Take it. Absolutely, man. It was good to see you guys tonight. This is dope. Learn to dance. You can go to school for free. Learn to dance.
What? I've got this water. Thanks for watching Fluent and Chill. Don't forget to like and subscribe every Tuesday at 8 p.m.